Big Ten Media Days is in full swing, and conference realignment as well as scheduling formats going to be a hot topic of conversation for Commissioner Kevin Warren and his staff. Now, the event will see half of the league's coaches speak today, the other half tomorrow, in what is really an off-season rite of passage. Here's Warren addressing some of those topics today out in Indianapolis.
Kevin, Dennis Dodd, CBS Sports.
Dennis, good to see you.
Nice to see you. I guess what sort of stewardship is there for you, in the sense that when we talk about academics, there's an academic part of this, but when you add USC and UCLA, ripping apart a conference has been around for a century. Huge academic ties to those schools. Athletes will be flying over 4 time zones, to the East Coast to play games and matches. I guess what sort of responsibility and stewardship is there for you and not only others in this expansion pursuit?
Dennis, that's a great question. Fortunately, I grew up in a household of educators. My father was a student athlete at Arizona State, was a college professor at Arizona State. My mother was a school teacher and librarian. So academics is incredibly important to Greta, to me, to my family, to what I do on a daily basis. It's something that I take very seriously. So because of that, I always think through the opportunities, as you alluded to, Dennis, of not of the issues or the problems, but what are the opportunities that now that we are across 4 time zones, now that we do have schools in 2024 that will reach from New York, New Jersey to Los Angeles, what are the different cultural elements in each one of those environments? Not only in the cities, but with their alumni, that we could even fortify our educational relationship with our student athletes. One of the good things, Dennis, that we're doing on a daily basis, we have 2 years now to plan. We have built a Big Ten kind of readiness committee that we'll activate here to start working with USC and UCLA to get ideas as far as what we can do. We have 2 of our universities at Northwestern and Nebraska going to Dublin to play a football game. How many young students, forget about sports, but in college have an opportunity to travel to Dublin? And so because of that, I'm so proud of what Nebraska and Northwestern are doing. They're amplifying that trip to be able to learn. So I look at it as not a negative. I look at it as a positive from an academic standpoint. And what we will do is we'll work through these next 2 years from a scheduling component to make sure that we create the environment that's most healthy and holistic for our student athletes, which is one of the reasons why I've started the Student Athlete Advisory Committee, to be able to listen to them to say what's important. So Dennis, thank you for the question, but it's something that's top of mind for me every single day.
Just a reminder to please stand before you identify yourself and your outlet. We'll go right here in the front.
Ben Bulch, Los Angeles Times.
Hi, Ben.
Hi. So many questions with USC and UCLA coming on board. Can you tell us the target that you're looking for that media rights contract as far as the total value? And also, will USC and UCLA get a full share of conference revenue distribution right off the bat, or will they have to kind of ramp up to get there?
Yeah, so the target that we're looking for, we're still working through that. I don't want to guess what that would be. I know we'll reach that decision here pretty quickly. But as I said, even regardless of the size of the deal, the thing I'm most excited about during these negotiations have been the creativity of what we're going to be able to deliver to our fans and to our student athletes and to our families. So, when you think an opportunity to be able to deliver content, and Ben, I always talk about my focus every day is to make sure we deliver content to our fans from age 5 to 105, because people consume content differently. We have nearly 7 million alumni around the world. And so I'm very conscientious from these media partners' standpoint, not to focus on the money, although that we'll be blessed financially, but of how we can deliver content in a way that has never been delivered in college athletics ever before, which is critically, important from that standpoint. And yes, USC and UCLA will come in as full members. We think that's important for various reasons. They bring a lot of value to our relationship. They bring a lot of panache to our relationship. And we look forward to welcoming them into the Big Ten family here in 2024. There's a lot of work to be done between now and then. Thank you for your question.
Over here.
Hi, Kevin. Lane Higgins from the Wall Street Journal.
Hi, Lane.
I wanted to ask you about your thoughts on playoff expansion, given that we are in an environment where the college football conferences are maybe changing, and obviously you had very strong opinions on the last iteration that did not go through. So what sort of model would you like to see in regard to automatic qualifiers or the Big Ten's role in that kind of system?
Yeah, Lane, thank you for your question. And I'm 100% supportive of college football playoff expansion. I'm excited that we now will have some new members in the room who will have very creative ideas. Even in the Big Ten Conference, our new presidential representative will be Dr. Christina Johnson, the president at The Ohio State University, who she was a student athlete herself at Stanford. She's a businesswoman, has over 100 patents from a business standpoint, incredible leader. So to be able to get her ideas as far as what format is best, I'm looking forward to working with her. And then we have a new commissioner, Brett Yormark, in the Big 12 Conference, who's replacing Bob Bowlesby. And, you know, Brett is a marketing wizard, very innovative. And so I'm excited. We have meetings coming up in September and October to be able to talk about these issues. I'm 100% supportive for college football playoff expansion. You know, what is that right number? We'll figure it out. I'm confident we will get college football playoff expansion resolved. I still feel strongly that we need to open it up to have multiple media partners that we need to have from the college football playoff standpoint. We need to take a holistic view. We need to make sure we protect some of the critical bowl relationships. And so as we work through all these, whether it's automatic qualifier, whatever the case may be, I'm confident as we get these new individuals in the room, get these issues on the table, that we'll be able to reach some resolution. And again, make sure we ask ourselves the right questions for the right reasons at the right time for our student athletes and our fans. But I look forward to the day that we can expand the college football playoff, and I'm confident that it will happen.
As for who's expected to finish where, from an odds perspective, Michigan not favored to repeat what they did last year. And that's Big Blue finally getting the best of Ohio State under Jim Harbaugh. The win over their bitter rivals in that conference championship finally got the Wolverines to the CFP playoff. However, they come in at plus 750 to win the conference. At Caesars Sportsbook, well behind the Buckeyes, who are the odds-on favorite, laying 250.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.